NBA, offseason, free agency, trades, rumors, drama. It's an MTV show. It's an MTV show, man. It really is. It never stops. There's always something. I can't even keep up with it. I updated the title of this like 3 different times because things keep happening. But thank you for being here. We're going to talk about all of it, man. The Oklahoma City Thunder traded Isaiah Joe to the Detroit Pistons. Jalen Duren is mad at the Detroit Pistons and isn't even giving them a chance to work it out. He's like, get me out of here. There's new Jaylen Brown stuff because no matter what Brad Stevens says, the Boston Celtics are definitely going to trade Jaylen Brown. Could it be in a Jalen Duren deal? And the Lakers are doing some entertaining things that I do not understand. And we're going to talk about that on the second, third segment of the show. Thank you for being here. Who's here, man? What's up? What's up, man? T, what's up, my man? Thank you for being here. Pistons trying to get LeBron? Nah, everybody keeps saying there's always a rumor about LeBron going somewhere, and that wouldn't make any sense. Cade Cunningham controls the ball the whole game. You need shooters and secondary creators off of Cade Cunningham and defenders and rebounders, and you want to follow the mold of the Knicks and the Thunder. I would say the Spurs, but once they got to the NBA Finals, it looked like they didn't have that one guy that really runs the show. You really want to follow the Knicks and the Thunder, I think, when team building in 2026. You want one superstar that runs the show, and you want the perfect complementary pieces around him. I don't think it's LeBron James. Triple CC, what's up? Happy Friday. Keep the content coming. Hope you have a great weekend. At least it won't be ruined by the Sixers. Knicks in 2027. Thank you for the super chat, man. All right, let's get into it, man. So I had to update the title of this because breaking news, the Oklahoma City Thunder have traded Isaiah Joe to the Detroit Pistons. Former 76ers second-round draft pick who was released for no reason. He was released because Doc Rivers hated him. And Daryl Morey's an idiot. The Oklahoma City Thunder signed him immediately. And he had some good runs with the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. He had some good runs with the Thunder, but some other players emerged. Damn, dude. Mitchell? AJ Mitchell, my bad. AJ Mitchell. Then the trade for Jared McCain. And so he was on the trading block for the Thunder, and they trade him to the Detroit Pistons for 2 second-round picks. And this is a great move for the Detroit Pistons. Isaiah Joe is an absolute sniper. The whole thing with the Pistons, headed toward the playoffs and in the playoffs, was that they weren't a good three-point shooting team. And with a guy like Cade Cunningham who has the ball in his hands the whole game and commands double teams, you got to put shooters on the floor. You got to have shooters who can also defend. I don't know if Isaiah Joe's a good defender, but for 2 second-round picks, it's a great pickup for Detroit. I don't know if he's a starter. I don't know if he comes off the bench, but I love the pickup for Detroit, and I understand why the Thunder, did what they did. The Pistons pick up a stellar wing shooter, average 11.1 points in 28 minutes per game while shooting 42% from 3 on 6 3-point attempts. So the Thunder have now accumulated 4 second-round picks in separate trades for Joe and Aaron Wiggins. And Isaiah Joe, I was looking at his stats here because I remember him being more productive for the Thunder than he was this past season. And his first season when he was traded to the Thunder, he played 17 minutes a game, and he averaged 6.4 points per game and shot 41% from 3. He also shot 41% from 3 the next year, but he only played 10 minutes a game. And he played 11 minutes a game this past season Only shot 35%. These are playoff numbers, actually. These aren't regular season numbers. These are playoff numbers. He shot 35% in the playoffs on just 11 minutes a game this past season, and that shooting number falling probably has a lot to do with why the Thunder traded him off, but you know, the Thunder have some emerging players, and the Jared McCain trade took Isaiah Joe completely out of the rotation by the time they were in the Western Conference Finals. Isn't that something? The Sixers just keep supporting the Thunder. We're like, hey, you want Isaiah Joe? You can have him for free. They're like, yeah, we'll take him. And then the Sixers are like, hey, do you want a player better than Isaiah Joe? Is Isaiah Joe not doing enough for you? Do you want somebody better? Here's Jared McCain. They're like, oh, thank you so much. We'll actually replace Isaiah Joe with Jared McCain. What player is the Philadelphia 76ers going to give to the Oklahoma City Thunder this season? Stay tuned to find out. 300 people in here right now, man. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, hit the like button one time. Give me 300 likes on the stream as we get started. So the big news today is that Jalen Duren plans to explore sign and trade scenarios after contract negotiations have stalled out with the Pistons. There's a large enough gap in value from Duren's camp in Detroit where he feels like it's best now to play elsewhere. So the Pistons signed him to a qualifying offer, right? Making him a restricted free agent, according to my research. If I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comments and the chat. And he it seems that he was so offended by the offer that they made him that he said, you know what, get me out of here. Like, it's like, I don't know what they offered. Maybe that'll come out eventually. But it seems like he was offended by it and said, I know I can get more money somewhere else. And so now the Pistons are exploring Jalen Duren sign-in trades. Now, the thing about Jalen Duren is, of course, his playoff drop-off this past season, right? He averaged, 20 and 10 in the regular season. He had some monster games. When Cade Cunningham went down with injury at the end of the season, he had some monster games. I thought the Detroit Pistons were going to completely fall apart when Cade Cunningham went down with that injury. I think he missed 10 games at the end of the season, maybe more than that, with the punctured lung that actually happened against the 76ers. Don't even play the 76ers, bro. They're just such a cursed franchise. But anyway, I thought the Pistons were going to fall apart. Jalen Duren stepped up at the end of that regular season without Cade Cunningham and was dropping like 30 and 15 games, bro. And then the playoffs come around, and he's just buns. And I'm looking at JB Bickerstaff, too, the whole time, because I'm like, how? You got to look at the coach a little bit for that. Like, how do you not have a game plan to get Jalen Duren going? And it just happened the whole way through the playoffs. He never came around. If you look at his regular season numbers versus his playoff numbers, it is striking. 19 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game, a block per game in 28 minutes per game. You go to the playoffs, he averaged 10 and 8, 10.2. His production literally cut in half in the playoffs. And, everybody, the general consensus was that cost him a lot of money because he was up for a super max contract, or a max rookie extension, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is called. But he still feels like, him and his camp still feel like he's worth that. And so it's very interesting because he's 22 years old. And Did Detroit just not want to take that chance? Did what Detroit saw from him in the playoffs really make them say, we're going to move on from Jalen Duren? We actually don't think he's going to turn into a player that's worth that money? Me personally, if I'm another team, I'm giving Jalen Duren that contract. And I know people, I already posted on Instagram a little bit of a facetious post about the 76ers trading Joel Embiid in a 2028 unprotected first-round pick for him. I know that's probably not possible, but I posted it basically for rage bait, and it's working beautifully. There's like 500 comments. But a lot of the responses are, did you not see him in the playoffs? And my response to that is he's 22 years old. He's 6'10", 250. Has shown signs of being a star center. And he's 22. That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see. It's called development. It's called getting him in the right situation and getting the most out of him by the time he's 25, 26, 27. If I'm another team, I'm absolutely giving him that contract. Absolutely giving him that contract. And now, so it would have to be a sign and trade. He would have to agree to sign and be traded. It would have to be an agreement with the team you're trading him to. And so who could it be? Chat, let me know what teams you got. What teams on the top of your who could trade for Jalen Duren? What teams you got? Drop them in the live chat right now. What teams do you think are at the top of the Jalen Duren sweepstakes for a sign and trade? First person in the chat says Lakers. Lakers are going to try. Agent Paul, you're absolutely on the money. Celtics and Lakers. Agent Paul is on the money. Celtics and Lakers. I personally think it's going to be the Celtics. Because the Jaylen Brown for Jalen Duren trade just makes too much sense. It makes too much sense. And here's a rumor from Jake Fisher and the Stein line. One more fascinating scenario that we've been advised not to rule out completely: a possible sign and trade run at Boston's perennial all-star Jaylen Brown. This would certainly require Detroit to part with restricted free agent big man Jalen Duren in a sign and trade exchange for Brown, which would obviously clash with the Pistons' long-standing view that Duren and Asar Thompson are franchise pillars alongside Cade Cunningham. So let's figure it out. Live on the show, this segment is called To the Trade Machine. To the trade machine we go. And the first team we're going to try to trade Jalen Duren to is the Boston Celtics. Now, the tricky part here is that Jalen Duren, they signed him to a qualifying offer. So technically, he is under their cap holds. There's Jalen Duren. So you got to click here. You got to go to modify contract, sign and trade. Then you have to sign Jalen Duren to a standard contract. Let's say 4 years. Let's say $150 million. Let's say 30. Let's say 34. Let's say 37. How much is that? 90, 111. Let's say 39. Just for fun. Save. Now you got Jalen Duren on a 4-year, $142 million contract with the intention of trading him. So then he's under the Detroit Pistons roster, and you can click on Jalen Duren and say trade player, right? Trade player, Pistons, Jalen Duren, sign and trade. How do we trade him? I just did this, bro. I was just doing this. I was like, all right, and now I know how to do it. Now I know how to do it, so we're good. And now suddenly I don't know how to do it. Undo contract changes, view profile, modify view contract, sign and trade. Do I got to click sign and trade under something else here? Of course I go live and can't pull this off. What the freak? Y'all know what I should hit? Let me know. Can't believe how fast these trades be happening. Add the second team. Oh! Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. Add the Boston Celtics. There we go. Now we should be able to... Oh, there we go. Trade the Celtics. Shout out to the chat, man. Yeah. Add Boston Celtics. Trade Jalen Duren to the Boston Celtics. Now, there is a rumor that the Boston Celtics are asking for 4 first-round picks for Jaylen Brown. To make the salaries work, I think you're going to have to go Duncan Robinson. And I think you're going to have to go Karis LeVert. And I think you're going to have to go to picks. And you're going to have to give up some draft capital for a player like Jaylen Brown. And I'm saying 2027 first-round pick unprotected. I'm probably saying 2028 first-round pick. This is getting steep, boys. I'm probably going to say 2029 pick swap. 2030 pick swap. And that might get it done. 27, 28, 2029 pick swap, 2030 pick swap for Jaylen Brown. Did I click on Jaylen Brown? Did I do Jaylen Brown already? Jaylen Brown. Trade to Pistons. Try trade. What you think, chat? What you think? Is this successful or this is not? Vote on it in the chat. Yes or no? Jalen Duren, Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert. 2 firsts and 2 pick swaps. Let's see. Boom! I am a madman. I am the best GM in the world. Somebody should hire me. The truth is that I practiced this a couple of hours ago to make sure it worked. So, so there you go, man. Jalen Duren to the Celtics for Jaylen Brown. I think that's the most likely move, man. I really do. And who knows how long it takes. But I think a sign and trade would have to happen before. I think a sign and trade would have to happen before free agency. Am I right? Am I right? Like, contract negotiations start on July 1st, and that's when it all pops off. No, but I don't think there's a deadline, though. It could take a long time. It could go into the offseason. So let's get the latest on Jaylen Brown real quick, because here is what the Boston Celtics have said about Jaylen Brown. They demanded 4 first-round picks. And, well, I guess I already went over the latest on Jaylen Brown, is that they want 4 first-round picks for him, and I think it makes the most sense for him to be in a Jalen Duren trade. We'll see. We'll see if I end up being right about that. Wrong play style for Boston. Why? Why is that? Who have they been playing at center, right? They traded for Nikola Vucevic, and they couldn't even play him in the playoffs because he's so bad defensively. Who were they playing? Neemias Queta? Wouldn't you say Neemias Queta and Jalen Duren are similar in play style, except Jalen Duren's just a lot better? I would say that. I would say that. Detroit is just playing hardball. They're letting Duren find his market value elsewhere. Then we'll just match it. He literally, according to rumors, he has requested a sign and trade. Because like this isn't go. They already signed him to the qualifying offer. This isn't go find another deal, and we'll match it. They signed him to the qualifying offer. Well, I guess yeah. Then he still goes and finds a deal, and they can match it. But he requested a sign and trade. This gets very confusing in the offseason, and I have a headache. Now, the next place we could see Jalen Duren landing. The LA Lakers. In a perfect world for Lakers fans, because the Lakers have been playing without a center for a long time. DeAndre Ayton is horrendous. Who else do they even have at the center position? From what I saw in the playoffs, JJ Redick was going no center half the time. He literally had to decide, we are just better with no center than we are with DeAndre Ayton. And so for Lakers fans, when you hear the Jalen Duren rumors, I'm sure they're all over Reddit and Twitter and everywhere making up trades. How the Lakers have to get him. You got to pair Luka Doncic with Jalen Duren. You have to do everything you can to go get him. But do the Lakers have anything of value to offer the Detroit Pistons in a sign-and trade for Jalen Duren? Back to the trade machine! Back to the trade machine. We are back. Let's start over. Trash that. Trash that. Team number 1, LA Lakers. What do you guys think, bro? Put it in the chat. What do you guys think it would take for the Lakers to get Jalen Duren? Well, let me put the Pistons over here. Oh, now we got to do the Jalen Duren signing again. Damn it. All right, let me do this real quick. Let's give Jalen Duren a contract. 4 years, 35, 37, 39. Oh, damn, this is big. 42. Save. 4 years, 155. Just for fun, just for argument's sake. Let's do that. Now, Jalen Duren. We got to pick the second team, Lakers. Let's go, Lakers. What do you guys think? Who do the Lakers have that they could even... What could the Lakers even do? Roy Hachimura, Marcus Smart, and Jackson Hayes. Does that move the needle for... Does that move the needle for the Pistons? Absolutely not, bro. This trade ain't happening. But dominating. The Lakers trade the legend DeAndre Ayton to land Jalen Duren. All right, let's see if we can figure something out here. Trade to Lakers, Jalen Duren. Okay, let's see. Nobody wants DeAndre Ayton. Oh my God, their roster sucks. Oh my God, the Lakers roster is so bad. It's so bad. Holy hell. Austin Reeves just signed a new deal. Honestly, bro, this is not possible. The only way it's possible for the Lakers to, and I'm not going to be able to do it here because Austin Reeves didn't sign a new contract yet, but it's rumored, that he is. I guess I could go to modify contract on Austin Reeves. The only way, what was his contract? Somebody let me know. Let's go. I'll find it. Austin Reeves, new contract. 4 year, $185 million. Is that what they gave him? 4 years, $185 million. The only way the Lakers can make this happen is by getting Austin Reeves up out of there, man. 4 years, $185 million. Ooh, that's more than this, bro. That's probably like 43. That's probably like 47. Let's see if we got close. Let's see if we got close. 4 years, 163. No, we got to add more money. We got to add more money. 39, 39. Let's see if we got close. 4 years, 170. What did I say? 160, 185. Oh my God. What's his last year? 52? Oh my God. He's got to have a couple years of like 50 plus million on the books. The closest I can get is 178. Anyway, who cares? Save that. The only way the Lakers can make this happen is to trade Austin Reeves. Trade the Pistons. Jalen Duren, Austin Reeves. Straight up. Austin Reeves is, with the fake contract we gave Jalen Duren, Austin Reeves is making $35 million more than him. So we'd also have to send $30 million from the Pistons in an Austin Reeves trade. Hey, this trade would work out amazing for both teams, I think. Do you guys see the Lakers doing this? Lakers won't trade Reeves. But if they can get Jalen Duren, though, to pair with Luka Doncic, that makes much more sense than Austin Reeves with Luka Doncic, doesn't it? But they would have to give up salary filler too, so they'd be giving up like... The Lakers would be giving up like... Wait, who would have to... Wait, the Pistons would have to give up salary filler, I mean, right? Yeah. The Pistons would have to give up salary filler. The Pistons would be trading Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert to the Lakers. Jalen Duren, Duncan Robinson, Karis LeVert for Austin Reeves. Oh! We failed. And we failed because Lakers are unable to complete this trade. They are not an over-apron team. They're sending out between $7.5 million and $29 million in salary. They're only able to take back $7.5 million more than the salary they're sending out. Lakers can only take back $27 million in salary based on the amount they're sending out. All right, so we got to get rid of somebody. We got to get rid of Karis LeVert. Let's get rid of Karis LeVert, man. What happened? Let's get rid of Karis LeVert. There we go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get off. What the? All right. Let's try that. All right, what do we got? Let's see. Lakers are sending out... Can only take back $27 million. Cut $24 million from the Lakers' incoming trade value to make this trade six... Oh, damn. Oh, I had it backwards. Did I have it backwards? Did I have it backwards? All right, let's try again. Let's try again. How do we get back there? Outgoing $35 million, outgoing $39 million. So the Lakers got to throw in some salary? Is that what we're saying? Let's throw in Jake LaRavia. Boom. Let's see. Cut $2.8 million from... All right, we're close. We're close. We got to also throw in Bronny James. See you later, buddy. And we failed again. 500,000. Come on, bro. I'm 500,000 off. All right, let's throw in Nick Smith Jr. too. How's Dalton Connect making $4 million? He doesn't even play. Let's go here. Let's get Bronny James back. Bronny, you don't get to leave. You don't get to leave, Bronny. You're going wherever Dad goes. We don't know where that is yet. 700,000. Damn it. All right. Let's go back. Bronny, I was just joking, bro. You're going to the Pistons. You're going to the Pistons. Lakers would have 7 contract players. They need to get to 14. You're under allowable incoming amount by... Cut $15 million from Pistons incoming trade. All right. Well, anyway, the Lakers one isn't possible anyway. But so we've come to the conclusion that Jalen Duren is going to the Celtics. That's what we've concluded. That's what we've concluded, man. Those are the only two that I really have. I know somebody said the Pelicans. Somebody said, what was the other team they said? The Portland Trailblazers. But yeah. Let's stay on the Lakers topic for a second. Because the Lakers, there's a LeBron James, there's another LeBron James rumor. And I thought I had that tweet up 2 hours ago. Hey, yo, what's happening? The Lakers have not made an offer to LeBron as of yesterday. Wow. Let's hear this.
Paths throughout this offseason. So the first one is getting Austin Reeves done, which obviously 4 years, $185 million max deal. Then it's about taking care of LeBron, figuring that out. Then Rui Hachimura. But at the same time, they've been pursuing trades that bring in salary into their space. They have almost $50 million in space. So who can they go get? And that would have an impact on what they can potentially offer LeBron James. My understanding is the Lakers have not made an offer to LeBron as of yesterday. So over the next 5 or 6 days, we'll learn more. And also the Lakers will have an opportunity to be more active to see what does the roster look like by the time they get back to LeBron James.
Free agency obviously beginning on Tuesday. He's 41 years old, Vince. We hear a lot about, is this LeBron's last year? And your priorities change when you're that much older playing. What is the best fit for him? Might it not be in Los Angeles?
I think the best fit for him long-term, if there's a such thing as
long-term at 40.
This guy, bro, this guy just always says something stupid.
41
right?
years old is with the Lakers. You want to retire as a Laker. The thing that gets me that Shams just said is they haven't had significant contact.
The Lakers.
So you're still in the same spot you were in before when talking about LeBron James and the Lakers. LeBron is going to be 42 years old. The Lakers need a lot to build a winning roster around Luka Doncic. They can no longer be tied to LeBron James. It's past. It's done. They can't, like, it's no longer what does LeBron want or what are we going to do? Like, it's over. You know what I mean? At this point, and LeBron is still really good for his age, but it just doesn't matter anymore. And that's what the Lakers are showing, is that LeBron James is not our priority anymore. And so LeBron James, he's not stupid. He knows this. He knows he has to play for less money. If you want to continue to play just because you can, instead of retiring, you're not going to get $50 million. You're not going to get $50 million anymore. You know that. Unless his ego has him so delusional that he still thinks he should get paid $50 million, LeBron James, if he wants to stay in LA, has to sign for, much less money. And at this point, they need so many rebounders and defenders and shooters. I'm not offering LeBron more than a vet minimum. There's just no reason to at this point. And so I think that's the predicament LeBron is in if he wants to stay in LA. I don't think the Lakers are in a predicament at all. It seems like they're just willing to be like, we don't really care that much. You know, we're going to try to work out our roster and then we'll offer LeBron James whatever's left or something. What I do know about the Lakers is, for some reason, they have been solely focused on building the whitest team of all time. The whitest team of all. I can't figure it out. The LA Lakers, for some reason, are obsessed with just making a 1957 NBA basketball team. I am convinced that the LA Lakers quite possibly are running an underground white supremacy ring where their sole mission is to prove that white guys can still play and prove that you can win in the NBA with a team of all whites. I'm convinced there's no other reason to continue to do what they're doing. Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves is one thing. Jake LaRavia. Last year they go out and sign Luke Kennard. So many whites. Now look. They go and sign this guy to a 10-day contract. They're calling this dude Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's like they were just like, is he white? We'll take him. Now look, this dude's crazy talented. There's a reason he wasn't drafted. He's not getting a single bucket in the NBA. That's a white Janai Broom. This dude's a white Janai Broom. This dude is Jonathan Broom. That's what he is. And then they go and sign this guy. What are the Lakers doing with all the whites? Is there any Lakers fans in here? I don't hear anybody else talking about this, bro. I don't hear anybody else talking about this. What is happening? If I'm a Lakers fan, I'm walking in there like Riley Reid. Where are the black guys? I didn't come here for all these white guys. I'm in 2026. I need athletes. I know there's outliers. Alex Caruso, Cooper Flagg. There's outliers. But there's a reason most NBA teams have one of them. One. Not two. And definitely not 15 of them. Hey, I thought of that Riley Reid joke earlier this morning, and I was like, should I really say that? Oh, my God. Yeah, Riley Reid's a rapper. Go Google her. Go Google her name. Make sure you type in Riley Reid videos. Make sure you type that. Completely safe for work. Go ahead and do that. Is that all I wanted to talk about, man? Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about, man. Let's do a little Q. I'm really happy I got off that Riley Reid joke, man. That was edgy. Yeah. What you got? Throw some questions, comments, concerns in the chat, man. We'll do a little hangout, do a little Q&A. Thank you guys again for getting this channel to 10,000 subscribers. We are starting a Discord server where you can drop suggestions for topics for me to look into, things for me to give, my opinion or takes on, videos, clips, podcasts to react to, whatever it is. We're starting a Discord server so that you can give suggestions for this show all off season. Yeah. Thank you. What you got? Kawhi to the Spurs. Let's go to Kawhi. Let's go talk about Kawhi, man. Thank you for that. Let's go talk about Kawhi Leonard. I heard that Kawhi Leonard will only sign... what am I doing? I don't even know how to use the internet. the rumor that I saw earlier this morning was that Kawhi Leonard will only sign an extension with the Toronto Raptors or the San Antonio Spurs. Let's see what pops up if we just type Kawhi Leonard in here. Craig Roberts, thank you so much for the super chat, my guy. Think the Knicks have a problem in the East yet? It depends what the Detroit Pistons do. I'm not concerned about the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think they're going nowhere. As long as you're on James Harden, as long as you keep James Harden on your roster at this point of his career and let him dribble the air out of the ball every game, you're going nowhere, especially in the playoffs. I'm not concerned for the Knicks about the Cleveland Cavaliers. Nobody's concerned about the 76ers. They got 2 max contracts, guys who are dead. They died 3 years ago. Joel Embiid and Paul George, RIP. They are in a cemetery collecting $50 million a year each. So it's going to be Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, and another rookie out there, and no center, no rebounding, no shooting. Nobody should be concerned about the 76ers. It's the Detroit Pistons. And if the Detroit Pistons do the right things this offseason, like land Jaylen Brown, I thought if they could have got Tyler Hero in that whole Giannis thing, the Detroit Pistons would have been dangerous because Tyler Hero is a straight bucket, and off of Cade Cunningham's gravity, it would have been crazy. And, of course, the Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum coming back with another whole offseason to get back to himself after that Achilles tear. It depends what the Boston Celtics do, but the Boston Celtics are always in the topic of conversation, even though I think the reason they won the championship is the same reason the Milwaukee Bucks won the championship in 2021. My boy Drew Holiday. And once the Celtics traded Drew Holiday, I hope they're cursed, and I hope they never get back there. But anyway, Celtics and Pistons for the Knicks next year. Thank you for the super chat. Kawhi Leonard wouldn't sign an extension with the Pistons or Heat if they traded for him. He would only consider signing an extension with the Raptors or the Spurs. Isn't that funny? How do you feel as a Raptors fan that this guy didn't want to be there, went there for 1 year, won a championship, and bounced, went back to LA, convinced the stupid, dumbass Clippers to give up SGA and 47 unprotected first-round draft picks to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Podcast P. Ran the Clippers dry, was hurt every 2 weeks, didn't even really show up in the playoffs when he was healthy. And now he's like, you know what? I think I'll go back to that team that I abandoned. I think I'll go back to that team that I walked away from. This is like a married man with children leaving his wife for an LA stripper and going and having 3 stripper wives in LA for like 5 years, and then realizing it's not all it's cracked up to be, and calling his wife back and be like, hey, I want to see the kids. I'm on one today, guys. I'm on one today. But how would you feel as a Toronto Raptors fan? Would you welcome Kawhi back with open arms? Would you say, you know what, Kawhi? You left us for some LA strippers, but we would love to have you back. I'm over the Kawhi Leonard thing, man. I feel almost the same about him as I feel about Joel Embiid and Paul George at this point. He's no longer the missing piece. He's no longer the guy that's going to take you over the hump. And you can't give him a max contract. If you sign him for 1 year and take a chance, like if Kawhi will sign a 1 year and take a chance, and the Raptors don't have to give up anything for him, right? Because he's unrestricted, right? Is he unrestricted? Kawhi Leonard contract. He's playing on the final season of a 3-year, $150 million contract. He still has he's under contract right now. It would have to be a trade. But I can't imagine he has much value right now. Unless the Toronto Raptors really feel like Kawhi Leonard can get us over the hump. Like, we got a bunch of young athletes, but we saw in the playoffs that, first of all, we need a point guard. Scotty Barnes can't really run the offense in the half court in the playoffs. You need more of a ball-dominant star. I'm not doing that if I'm Toronto. Depends what it would take, but I could see, I would trade for him for this upcoming season, maybe. I wouldn't sign him to an extension. What about the Spurs? How would Kawhi Leonard fit with the Spurs at this point? I don't think the Spurs need to do that. I absolutely do not think the Spurs need to do that. I think getting Kawhi Leonard in San Antonio would just be delaying the inevitable superstardom of Dylan Harper. All the Spurs need to do, get rid of De'Aaron Fox and give the ball to Dylan Harper. That's all the Spurs need to do. Now, maybe you get rid of De'Aaron Fox in a Kawhi trade. Maybe you get the Clippers to take on that horrendous 4-year extension that starts this upcoming season for De'Aaron Fox. And in return, you get Kawhi Leonard for a year. Then you're shedding salary by getting rid of De'Aaron Fox. I have no idea why the Clippers would want to do that. But if you're the Spurs, you could pull that off. You get off of the De'Aaron Fox contract, and then if Kawhi Leonard sucks, you just don't sign him. Now you're free of the De'Aaron Fox contract. Now you give the ball to Dylan Harper anyway. But I don't know why the Clippers would do that. I don't really see any landing spot for Kawhi Leonard. And I don't know why he's out there saying, I'm only signing an extension with these teams. Nobody wants you to sign an extension, bro. You're 35 years old. You've been hurt for 34 of them. We don't want you to sign an extension. I'll give the Clippers a second-round pick to take you for 1 year. That's what I'll do. I'll give you one first-round pick. I'll give you my 2027 first-round pick. That's what I'll give you. That's it. Hey, thanks for that, man. Triple CC Painter, my guy, thank you for another super chat, man. It looks very bad now, but at the time, there was much pushback or controversy that OKC Chris Paul trade. I keep arguing with the other friends saying that, yeah, at the time it was worth it. Clippers desperate for a chip. It looks very bad now, but at the time, there was much pushback or controversy over that OKC Chris Paul trade. I remember when they traded Chris Paul to the Thunder. I don't remember controversy around it. And I don't know, Clippers are desperate for a championship. I don't know what that really has to do with it either. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't understand what you're saying. Unless you're talking about the SGA trade, but you put did you mean the Paul George trade? Did you mean Paul George? I think you meant Paul George. I don't remember the Chris Paul trade being controversial. J.R. Glenn, thank you for the super chat. Maybe Spurs tack on a first and Fox for Kawhi. That MAGA Lakers team. Maybe they do, man. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Hey, once again, thank you guys for tuning in to Run It Back NBA. We almost hit 600 concurrents on this show today. It is very difficult to get this many live viewers on a YouTube show in the middle of the day at 12 noon. Like when I was doing the NBA Finals post-game shows, of course we got over 1,000. There was, those videos were doing 30, 40,000 views because Knicks fans are insane, and I love you. But to do this during the day and do it consistently enough to that it's gotten up to this many live viewers at 12 noon is nothing short of incredible. This channel is going to absolutely explode. Thank you guys for continuing to support it. We cruised right past 10,000 subscribers. We're going to get that 100,000 subscriber plaque and put it in the background in no time. We will have the Discord coming up for this channel. We'll have memberships coming up. We'll have everything. So thank you for the support. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys on the next one.